Hello and welcome back to the A to Z of voiceovers. My name's Nikki. I'm a voice actor and a stage actor, and I have committed to producing more content this year, which I hope you will find useful. So I'm doing the A to Z of voiceover, and I'm currently on D, and I have chosen D is for DAW. DAW stands for Digital Audio Workstation, and the official definition is that it is an electronic device or application software used for recording, editing and producing audio files. So there you go, there's the official definition. The reason I've chosen D for DAW is that in voiceover work it's such a critical decision to the way that you do your voiceover work. There are a wide varieties of options available, and selecting the DAW that best fits your needs is so important. And you need to make sure that it fits in with your needs and your workflow. So there are 5 things that you really need to consider. Budget. DAWs range from free up to quite expensive. So really, make sure that you're spending your money wisely. 2, compatibility. Please make sure that your DAWs are compatible to any operating systems that you're using. Some DAWs only work with Apple operating systems. 3, the features. Identify the features that are most important to you. If you're doing multiple tracks with lots of music, you're just going to want to make sure that those features are there. And make sure that it really does just suit you, and then just compare and contrast. 4, really ease of use. Some DAWs have a really steep learning curve, so make sure that you're not biting off, I suppose, more than you can chew. And that you get that kind of user-friendly interface. And 5, really scalability. Make sure that your DAW will grow with you. If you're really only going to be doing voiceover as a side gig, then really you're not going to want something really expensive and really complicated. So I'm just going to canter through the 5 most common DAWs that I have come across in my voiceover work. So the first DAW I'm going to talk about is the beloved Audacity. Many people describe Audacity as your starter kit. I started out with Audacity. I loved it. I've been using it for many, many years. Technically, it's an audio editor, but again, you'll speak to a lot of voiceovers, and this is where they start from. If you're kind of fresh out of the gate, it's brilliant. It's easy to use. It's almost a near instant install. You can start recording with the push of a tiny button. Record now. And it's really easy to learn the basics of recording and editing. It might not offer all of the bells and whistles, but Audacity has really grown, certainly over the last 4 to 5 years, and there are so many cool features that it has now. The really good thing about Audacity is that it is free, which is a really great opportunity to sort of, put your toe in the water and see if you like it. Up until recently, it hasn't had the opportunity to give you the opportunity to preview any effects that you've applied. A lot of the other DAWs have this kind of real-time effects option, so you can actually make a change to your sort of waveform and your voice and listen to it, straight away in real time. And Audacity's never been able to do that before, and it's really useful. But they can have they have actually introduced that as a feature, which is really good. And then up until recently, you weren't able to export your audio with those effects in place. That's now changed, and there are some workarounds, and there's some brilliant YouTube videos that you can watch. So it's an open source, cross-platform piece of software. It's you can work it regardless of what operating system that you have. So it's well recommended if you want to dip your toe in the water. And there's sort of fantastic opportunities offered by Audacity, so it's thumbs up for Audacity. So the second DAW I want to talk about is Adobe Audition. This gets a thumbs up for its power and simplicity. Adobe, as you know, probably it really kind of made their mark with that sort of photo and video editing programs like Photoshop and Lightroom and Premiere Pro, and it now has what it has had for quite a while, Adobe Audition. And if you're looking for that sort of power and simplicity, it's a fantastic choice. It easily allows you to edit your waveforms. It has a fantastically designed UI interface, and if you're interested in audiobooks, it also has a fantastic ability to punch and roll while you're recording your audiobooks. And it also works, and it's brilliant if you're working simultaneously in editing or mastering video footage in Premiere, for example, and you can actually update your files on the fly. I don't think it offers an in perpetuity license, so it can be on the more expensive end. Don't forget, if you're a student or a teacher, you do get discounts, but it's a thumbs up on Adobe Audition. The next DAW I want to talk about is Avid Pro Tools. This is described by a lot of voiceovers and a lot of audio engineers as the industry standard. It's been around for a long time. It's been the industry standard for professional grade audio editing, and is mostly used by audio designers and engineers in the VO world. It is a sensational piece of software. It allows you to pretty much do anything, and it has some really, really cool plugins. I would say that the learning curve on Pro Tools is relatively steep, but the prize over the hill is really definitely worth it. I grew up on Audacity, and I have just moved to Pro Tools. And I'm really pleased with my choice. It has a lot to do with all of the additional features that Pro Tools offers. And there are heaps of quick YouTube tutorials on how to get going, so you can be up and running really quickly with your auditions or live recording sessions. So a thumbs up for Pro Tools as the industry standard. Okay, on to DAW number 4. And I have selected Twisted Wave, described by some as the iOS wildcard. Now, Twisted Wave has been around since the late 2000s, but has really been making a mark in recent years as an elite audio editing piece of software. It's a DAW that you might want to have a look at. However, remember that Twisted Wave is only available for Apple operating systems. It does have a brilliant free recording app available for the iPhone and iPad, I think, still. So it's really good if you're doing sort of mobile recording. It's another simple and easy to use DAW, and it's really quick to sort of cut, edit, and then export your files after a session. The software itself is really stable, and the customer support is absolutely brilliant. So if you're looking for something a little bit more versatile than Audacity, Twisted Wave is good for kind of beginners and pros alike, and it's really good especially if you're frequently on the road. So it's a thumbs up for Twisted Wave for your Apple operating systems. And finally, in my top 5, there wouldn't be a top 5 without Reaper. Reaper is a really popular editing tool in the music editing world, and it's crossed over into voiceover in the last decade. It's an exceptional piece of software. I think you can get in perpetuity license. It is cross-platform cross-platform capable, and it is consistently stable. Certainly for a lot of my VO colleagues that use it, they swear by it. So it has versions on both Mac and Windows, and I think you're going to start to hear a lot more about Reaper, certainly as a challenger to Pro Tools. Reaper is compatible with a heap of plugins, VST and AU plugins. It has multi-track capabilities, and it has a super clean design. I'm pretty sure that there's no sign-up required, and the last time I looked, they actually do a free trial still available. I'm pretty sure it's 60 days. So if you're a musician, Reaper's brilliant. If you enjoy working with virtual instruments on a budget, Reaper's a no-brainer. But definitely consider it in the voiceover world. So I'd describe Reaper as the contender. Thumbs up from me. So that's it on D is for DAW on the A to Z of voiceover. I hope you're enjoying the information that I'm sharing with you so far. And next time I'm doing E, as you would expect. But what you might not expect is that I'm going to do E is for eating.